Hello traders out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade. Do you guys know that inflation has hit a 40-year high? We're at 6.7% on inflation. Interesting, right? With that, the markets went up big time this past week, up anywhere between 5% and higher, up to 7% when it comes to the Nasdaq tech stocks. Anyway, D7 here with Grok Trade. We're going to take a look here at the markets. Been trading in the live markets 28 years, guys. Using technical analysis. What we're looking at here is the spider weekly chart. Weekly chart. We went to an M. M stands for murder, and a big breakdown on serious volume, catalyst, tariffs. Big excuse. If it would have been a negative GDP, people would have sold into that. If it was going to be a horrible unemployment number, people would have sold into that. Tariffs, people sold into that on big volume. But way oversold. Down. We get a gap down. Rally up for the week, guys. So we have a piercing candle reversal pattern at a major support line. Look at our low. Went to right to that trend line. Draw these trend lines right, guys, and they are dangerous. They are so powerful. And it rallied higher. So here's what's going to happen. More than likely, just looking at text, I'm going to spare you all of the technicals and say we're expecting more upside breakthrough if we can get over this trend line. If we can get over this trend line, expect this to rally higher. This trend line is what I'm looking at. This trend line, which will put the spiders right around the 580 mark. If we get up to the 580 mark, the question is, will we drop and will we see major sellers selling into that strength if we get up here? And if so, look for a major leg down. Okay, remember me saying this. What I don't foresee happening is this rallying up, and even getting to the former highs. I think these are our highs for probably a year. However, if we do get to them, I see people selling aggressively into that and it coming back down and having what's called a triple top. And then we will go into a sizable drop to the downside. If we do something other than that, if next week we're bearish and we go bearish again, guys, there's no hope for this market. Look for this thing just to get slippery, dickory dock, straight down the clock, okay? Remember me saying this. Very important. Thing I really like to look at here is the financials to say, what do the financials tell me? The markets are only as strong as the financials there supporting it. Another piercing pattern, very good. Gap down, run up. This is nice. Huge volume. Will we go higher? Chances are yes. I think we'll get to this trend line. And if we hit here on the XLF, if this happens, we come up here and hit this and then drop, what will we have? Shoulder, head, shoulder right there. If you can see that in your eyes. Imagination right there, imagination. So shoulder, head, shoulder. So this would be a head and shoulders trend reversal pattern. Look for a major sell-off to the downside, maybe support there, and then a fall. In other words, I don't see these highs being challenged again anytime soon, at least in the next year, 12 to 18 months. That's my prediction. Now, anything can happen, of course. If all of a sudden GDP comes out rock solid at the end of this month and inflation drops and the Feds cut rates and the international people out there quit selling all the bonds, the U.S. bonds that they're selling off, if we can slow that down too, and if unemployment keeps dropping like it is, we're in good hands. Could this rally yet again going into the future? Yes, 15% odds in my opinion. 15% is all it is for us to continue making new highs. Don't see that as probable. And the only reason I'm giving it 15% because I don't know what this next leg will do when it heads higher. When it heads higher, I'm looking very closely to will the bears come selling into that strength. Will that happen? Will the major institutions that got caught in this most recent drawdown decide to say, thank you for giving us another chance to get out, and will they in fact do it? It's a short video here. I gave you a lot of information, very concisely giving you two major indices, the spider with the financials side by side, looking at them. One of them could give us potentially a lower swing high, spiders, or it could actually be a triple top. And then the financials could give us a head and shoulder trend reversal pattern, both of them being very bearish to the downside. So here's a couple things. I'll end with this. I don't know if you guys are golfers. Can you see this? Valspar, Valspar, Valspar. I was on the 18th green for Valspar, the PGA. Now the Masters is on, and I'm all eyes. I'm going to get back to the Masters and watching that. But as you guys know, I foresee next week being bullish. Could absolutely be wrong here. No one knows what will in fact happen, but we are set up to be bullish the next week, maybe the next 2 weeks, maybe the next 3. What will the bears do into that strength? Will they sell into it? And if they do, how big will the volume be on that? Because that will confirm price action. Volume always confirms price action. And Mark, kudos to you, Mark the Meerkat, teaching our class this weekend. You guys happen to be in class at this very moment. So I'm hearing classes going very well for you new students. Happy tomorrow to be able to call you Grok mentees, or Grok graduates in that case. Grok graduates. So you guys will be celebrating that with you tomorrow at the end of the class, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay, for you guys that don't know, you can day trade with us. You can go to Grok Trade to day trade with us. We have a Discord channel. Look for Grok Trade. And that is it. Take care, guys. Safe trading. And I just ask that you, before you do much more trading in your own life, don't take unnecessary risks that are out there. Don't do any revenge trading, which is simply means you're down money and you trade with more aggressiveness, and that's called revenge trading. What that will do is surely cripple your trading account and power. That is amateur moves. We don't trade as amateurs, we trade as professionals. We trade trading as a business, not gambling. Always remember that. Best way to not consider trading as gambling is to throw away the books, throw away the tutorials. Get trading through a mentorship with somebody else or us. I don't care where you get it. Get trading mentoring, because no trading books will all agree with each other. No tutorials will all agree with each other. However, we'll keep consuming them. We get a bucket full of information. Buckets turn into a truckload of information, and then we have an acre full of information on our lap, and us trying to figure out how to assimilate all that. What mentoring does is it assimilates all that information concisely into a working methodology, so you can start trading in a way that adds the odds to your favor. That was more complex. That was a bit deep. I hope you understood it. Feel free to rewind it. Listen to that again. Let that sink in. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Guys, why are you still here? You just watched my video and now you're still lingering around. Might as well be with you now that I have your undivided attention. Listen, if you haven't done so yet, I highly recommend putting in a foundation of trading, your foundation of trading through a mentor. Or learning to fly a plane, you wouldn't just go through ground school before you start flying in the friendly skies. What you would be doing, though, is going up first with your flight instructor. Same thing if you were going to learn to ride a bike, you better have somebody behind you helping you ride a bike. Surgery, you're not going to read a few books and do heart surgery. So every principle and with being guided by a mentor, let finances be this. If you are a trader, you rate you from amateurs to professionals. Mentoring will do that for you. Anyway.